Welcome to a special edition of Nightline. Your voice, your vote. Tonight, what may just be the most stunning upset in a political century. Just moments ago, Donald Trump taking the stage to declare victory after Hillary Clinton called him to concede. Take a listen.
Just received a call from Secretary Clinton. She congratulated us, it's about us, on our victory. And I congratulated her and her family on a very, very hard-fought campaign. I mean, she fought very hard. Hillary has worked very long and very hard over a long period of time, and we owe her a major debt of gratitude for her service to our country. I mean that very sincerely. Now it's time for America to bind the wounds of division, have to get together. To all Republicans and Democrats and independents across this nation, I say it is time for us to come together as one united people.
Donald Trump striking tones, striking chords of unity tonight. Let's go to a man who was in the room tonight. ABC News Trump campaign embed John Santucci, who's at Trump headquarters. John, you've been following this candidate for more than 500 days now. Do you think he saw this coming?
You know, I have to tell you, Dan, we were talking to folks over in Trump Tower for most of the night. As you know, this was a late night. I mean, we were supposed to be on there for Nightline about an hour ago. It's now, of course, after 3 o'clock in the morning here in New York. You know, Trump and his team had felt in the last couple of weeks that things were going better in their direction. Of course, that was in the wake of the FBI reopening the investigation to Secretary Clinton's emails. So in the last couple weeks, Dan, as we've described it, there was a booster shot, if you will, within the Trump campaign. Did they think it was enough to get there tonight? I'm not sure, honestly. You know, I was talking to aides earlier this evening. Some admitted this will be a quick night. We'll get this over with. A couple already planning a bar to go to later on. I think they invited me. I'm not too sure. I haven't heard from them now, Dan. But at the end of the day, this whole race is really the epitome of what happened here. No one saw this coming, even the Trump campaign, and it has been one heck of a wild ride for all of us for 512 days, Dan, and a lot of frequent flyer miles.
Indeed, and we appreciate your service. It is not over yet. The campaign may be, but the roller coaster ride is just beginning, as George Stephanopoulos said not long ago. John Santucci, thank you. Let's get it out now to my Nightline co-anchor, Juju Chang, who's in Times Square and has been speaking to some very disappointed supporters of Hillary Clinton. Juju, good evening to you.
Well, Dan, you know, tonight was one for the ages as we're here in the wee hours in Times Square. We hear smatterings of lock her up or USA chants, but for the most part, people here are in stunned silence. And this is, as you know, the crossroads of America. And as I walked among the crowds earlier this evening, I talked to a man from Dallas who said this is a sad night for our country. I talked to another young man whose grandparents were born slaves, he told me, in Cuba. And he says it feels like this country is going backwards. And I talked to a British couple, because there are a lot of global tourists here in Times Square, who said, we had our Brexit, good luck to you. But, you know, contrast this with the optimism that we came into today with. No one saw this coming, as you pointed out. Donald Trump was not only an underdog, he had his back against the wall. He performed over the course of several hours tonight a political jujitsu move.
It was an incredible moment. Juju, I'm just going to cut you off because we're going to come back to you after a quick break. We'll be right back with much more on this huge story.